Hello students, next we will study with the cash book. Okay, previously we have studied also 4 subsidiary books. Okay, purchase book, sales book, purchase returns book and sales returns book. Now further we'll study cash book. Okay, journal proper also we have studied previously, bills receivable as well as bills payable book. Okay, now further we'll study it as cash book. So what is cash book then? It is a special journal which is used for recording all the cash receipts as well as cash payments. As I said, in all subsidiary books we will record only credit transactions. In purchase book we will record credit purchases. In sales book we will record only credit sales. Then what about cash sales and cash purchases, which will lies under cash book? Okay, means we will record all the cash transactions in cash book, cash receipts also as well as cash payments also. So it is considered as the book in which we are going to record cash receipts as well as cash payments. Okay, then this cash book act as both journal as well as ledger, means separate ledger we won't prepare for cash book. Okay, now for example, for purchase book at the end we will prepare purchase account, but here the cash book itself act as a ledger here, so we won't prepare separate ledger account for cash. Okay, then it is the book of original entry, since all the transactions are recorded for the first time from the source of document. What are the source of document? We know, right? Vouchers. Either it may be receipt vouchers or payment vouchers it is, right? Means at the first time we are going to record in cash book itself. Then the cash book is the ledger as it is designed in the form of cash account. Cash book is in the form of cash account itself, so we won't prepare separate cash account here. Okay, and in this cash account we are going to record all the receipts debit side of the account and all the payments credit side of the account. You all are familiar with now, right? Which side we are going to record debit and which side we are going to record credit for the account, right? Left hand side debit, right hand side credit, right? So debit side we will record all the receipts, whatever cash we are going to receive, that we are going to record receipt side, that is debit side. Okay, all the cash payments we are going to record credit side of the account. Okay, as per real account rule, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So whenever you receive the cash, that will be debited to the cash account, and whenever you pay the cash, it will be credited to the cash account. I hope you are clear with cash book now. Okay, so next we'll study how many types of cash book we are having. Single column cash book, double column cash book as well as petty cash book. Okay, single column cash book means there will be single amount column both the side, debit side as well as credit side. When it comes to double column cash book, there will be two amount columns both the side, debit side as well as credit side. One is for cash, one more is for bank, because bank as well as cash both act for cash only. Okay, so we'll be having two columns here, that is cash and bank. Okay, then next we are having it as petty cash book to record all the small expenses. Petty expenses means very small expenses which we have spent will be recorded in petty cash book, and at the end it will be transferred to main cash book. Okay, then let's see what is single column cash book then. This cash book has one amount column on each side, means debit side also as well as credit side also there will be single amount column. Okay, then next we have all cash receipts are recorded on the debit side. As I said, all the receipts will be recorded debit side and all the payments will be recorded credit side of the account. Then next we have format of the cash book. Okay, same account format we are having it as debit and credit. Credit side credit you should write at the edge of the right hand side here. Date, particulars, R number. R number means receipt number it is. Okay, R number means what it is, receipt number. Then LF, ledger folio. Then amount column. This is debit side, and credit side again date, particulars, voucher number, then ledger folio, and last column again it is for amount. V number means what it is? Voucher number here. Okay, R number means receipt number and V number means voucher number. Whatever payments we are having, we are going to consider it with the vouchers. Then whatever the receipts we are having, we will consider it as a receipt numbers here. Okay, then let's see the first problem on this. 23rd problem it is, prepare a simple cash book from the following transactions in the books of Messrs. Kaveshri Traders. Okay, so first we have for the month of October it is on first cash in hand rupees 30,000. Okay, cash we are having in your hand, it is rupees 30,000. How to record it in a book then? Cash account. So this is the cash book. Format as I said, debit and credit, date, particulars, R number means receipt number, JF journal number, rupees. Okay, then date, particulars, voucher number, LF and rupees. Okay, amount. So first entry as I said 1/10/2012. Okay, they have given cash in hand rupees 30,000, which you have to record as to balance brought down, opening balance of the cash book here. Okay, so to balance brought down rupees 30,000, which will be recorded debit side. Always cash account opening balance will be debit side, so keep it in mind. Okay, to balance brought down it is 30,000 opening balance. Then next we have on 4th October 4th, cash received from Mr. Shivu rupees 12,000. Okay, now we have received the cash. From whom we have received? Mr. Shivu rupees 12,000. As I said, whenever it is a receipt, it will be recorded debit side. So see debit side of the account now, 4/10/2012 to Shivu. From whom we have received? Shivu, right? So that only you should write here, to Shivu rupees 12,000. Then next you have on 8th, insurance paid rupees 6,000. So now we made the payment here, right? We paid the insurance rupees 6,000. Okay, so whatever insurance we have paid off, payment will be recorded which side? Credit side. So see credit side, first entry you are having 8/10/2012 by insurance, because we paid the insurance here, right? So by insurance rupees 6,000. Okay, the next you have on 8th on 13th. Okay, insurance over. So on 13th, purchased furniture rupees 13,800. So we have purchased furniture here now 13,800. When we purchase the furniture, obviously we are paying the cash here, right? 13,800 rupees. So which will be recorded credit side. So credit side second entry, see the second entry on 13/10/2012 by furniture, because furniture we have purchased, so you should write furniture only here as it is asset. By furniture rupees 13,800. The next you have on 16th, okay, sold goods for cash rupees 28,000. Sold goods for cash it is, okay, FOR it is. So sold goods for cash rupees 28,000. So when you sell the goods, you're going to receive the cash, right? So receipts will be recorded debit side here. See on 16/10/2012 to sales rupees 28,000. Okay, to sales rupees 28,000. Receipt side you should record because you're going to receive the cash on selling the goods. The next you have on 17th, purchased goods from Sudha for cash rupees 17,000. So we have purchased from Sudha now, okay, and we have paid the amount to her. How much amount we have paid? 17,000. So payment will be recorded credit side on 17/10/2012 by Sudha. Okay, see the third entry, credit side by Sudha rupees 17,000. Okay, the next you have on 20th, purchased stationery rupees 1,100. Now we have purchased the stationery here. So stationery, how much we have paid for purchasing it? 1,100. As it is a payment, you should record credit side by stationery rupees 1,100 rupees. Okay. Then next you have on 24th cash paid to Rukmini on account rupees 12,500. Clearly they have mentioned we have paid the cash here to Rukmini, right? 12,500. Payment means you should record credit side on 24/10/2012 by Rukmini rupees 12,500. Okay. Then next you have on 27th sold goods to Kamal for cash rupees 18,200. We have sold the goods to Kamal now. So whenever you sell the goods, you're going to receive the cash, right? So it will be recorded receipt side, that is debit side. So to whom we have sold? Kamal on 27/10/2012 to Kamal 18,200 worth of goods we have sold them. Okay. The next you have on 28th paid monthly rent rupees 2,500. We have paid the monthly rent now. Again payment which you had to record credit side. So by rent rupees 2,500. Credit side we have on 28/10/2012 by rent rupees 2,500. The next you have on 30th paid salary rupees 3,500. So again payment salary we have paid. Okay, so it will be recorded credit side. By salary rupees 3,500 on 30/10/2012. Okay, by salary rupees 3,500. Now all the transactions we have recorded, payments we have recorded credit side, and all the receipts we have recorded debit side of the account. Okay, so next what we have to do now, we have to balance the account. So first we'll make a debit side total 30,000 plus 12,000 plus 28,000 plus 18,200. So total of debit side it will be 88,200. Then make credit side total 6,000 plus 13,800 plus 17,000 plus 1,100 plus 12,500 plus 2,500 plus 3,500. So it will be 56,400. Okay, so difference balance how much we got now? 31,800. Which side you should record? Whichever it is less. So credit side we have a less amount here, so you should record it credit side. By balance carried down, closing balance on last date of the month. So October it is 31st will be the last date. So 31/10/2012 by balance carried down 31,800. Balance you should write. Then both side total 88,200. Then opening balance for the next month 1/11/2012 to balance brought down 31,800. That is balance. Okay, I hope you are clear with. One more problem we will see. Okay, 24th problem. From the following transactions, prepare simple cash book for the month of June 2015. So first entry what you are having, Mr. Ashok started business with rupees 50,000. So he brought cash in. It is a receipt. Which side are we going to record? Debit side. See here, debit side we have on 1/6/2015. Okay, to Ashok's capital 50,000. It should come up. Okay, Ashok's capital should come up. So write it properly. On 1/6/2015 to Ashok's capital 50,000. Okay, as it is a receipt. Then second entry we have on third, purchased goods for cash rupees 5,000. We have purchased the goods here. So we have paid the cash. So it will be recorded credit side on 3/6/2015 by purchases rupees 5,000, which are going to record payment side. Okay, the next you have on 5th, paid for printing and stationery rupees 500. Again payment you have, so we have to record credit side 5/6/2015 by printing and stationery rupees 500. Okay, the next you have on 7th, paid for advertisement rupees 500. Again payment, which side you should record? Credit side 7/6/2015 by advertisement rupees 500. Okay, because we paid it for advertisement only. The next you have on 9th, sold goods for cash rupees 2,000. We have sold the goods, means we have received the amount on sales rupees 2,000. Receipts which side you should record? Credit side. So see the second entry 9/6/2015 to sales. Okay, Ashok's capital you should take up. So 9/6/2015, 2 sales you will get, it is 2000 rupees. The next you have on 11th, received from Bharat rupees 2000. We have received the cash from Bharat on 11th. So as it is a receipt, you have to record debit side 11/6/2015 to Bharat rupees 2000, which we have received. You are going to record debit side here. The next you have on 13th, paid to Amar rupees 1000. Payment we are having. To whom we have paid? Amar, which you have to record credit side on 13/6/2015 by Amar rupees 1000. Okay, we have paid, so you have to record credit side. Then it is 15th, received commission rupees 2000. So we have received the commission here. So receipt you have to record debit side. So on 15/6/2015, 2 commission rupees 5000. Okay, sorry, 2 commission rupees 2000. Okay, 2 commission rupees 2000. The next you have on 17th, paid rent rupees 1000. Payment which you have to record credit side on 17/6/2015 by rent rupees 1000. The next you have on 19th, sold goods for cash rupees 5000. On 19th it is, we have sold the goods for cash rupees 5000, means receipt. We have received the cash on sale of goods, so you have to record debit side on 19/6/2015, 2 sales 5000 rupees. Okay, 2 sales 5000 rupees. The next you have on 21st, purchased goods for cash rupees 5000. When you purchase the goods, there will be a cash payment which you have to record credit side. So by purchases rupees 5000 on 21/6/2015, by purchases rupees 5000. Okay, the next you have on 23rd, deposited into bank rupees 20,000. We have deposited amount into bank rupees 20,000. So when you deposit the amount, cash will go out, cash payment you have made to bank. So you have to record credit side 23/6/2015 by bank rupees 20,000, because we paid it into bank, we have deposited into bank. So by bank rupees 20,000. Then 25th, paid for personal expense rupees 1000. We have paid it for personal expense. We know personal expense means what we will consider, it is drawings. So on 25/6/2015, by drawings rupees 1000. Okay, 1000 rupees we have paid it for drawings. The next we have on 27th, made cash sales rupees 2000, means we have received the amount on sales rupees 2000, which you have to record debit side on 27/6/2015, 2 sales 2000 rupees. Okay, the next we have 29th, received from Girish on account rupees 3000. We have received the amount from Girish, so you have to record debit side on 29/6/2015 to Girish, because we have received it from Girish rupees 3000 here. The next you have on 30th, okay, paid to Kiran on account rupees 1500. Payment we have made. Okay, so which you have to record credit side by Kiran rupees 1500. Okay, now we have recorded all the transactions in the cash book. All receipts we have recorded debit side, and all the payments credit side of the cash book. Okay, now we have to balance the account. First we'll make a total of debit side 50,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 5,000 plus 2,000 plus 3,000. It will be 66,000 you'll get. Okay, then credit side 5,000 plus 500 plus 500 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 5,000 plus 20,000 plus 1,000 and plus 1,500. So total of credit side we will get 35,500. So what is the balance? You will get difference amount 30,500. Okay, which side you have to record, whichever it is lesser side. So credit side we have less amount on 36/2015, last date of June month, it will be 30, right? 36/2015, by balance carried down, closing balance 30,500 here. Then both side total 66,000 you will get. Then next month opening date on 1/7/2015 you should write, not, it is not 1/5, okay, it is 1/7 next month. Now we have recorded for June, means for the next month July, so change the date there, okay. 1/7/2015 next month July, 1/7/2015, to balance brought down 30,500, okay. This is how we are going to prepare single column cash book, okay. Further I'll give some more homework problems to you all, okay. So if you have any doubt, you can get it clarified with this. Fine.